Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about the look, guys. It's morning. I haven't done anything to any. Anyway, I will before I go to my second job. Anyway, so Philip has had a couple of injuries. Knees. The latest one is a concussion. He broke his jaw, which was really scary. Really, really scary. It just has been a journey, and it's something that he really, really loves to do, and he's very good at it. And so I've become immersed in it because my children were immersed in it. I made a decision long, long, long time ago when they were young, and I was single and not really pursuing relationships with anyone else, that I was going to focus on raising them, put all my energy into making good choices for them and raising them. So yeah, this is his senior year. It's been really rough, physically for him. He got a concussion halfway through the season. Has sat out up until recently. Has been emotionally and mentally overwhelmed with conversations and suggestions by people of authority to try to get him back on the mat. So anyhow, I've always had a really good talent or gift of reading people beyond what they present. So I really feel like people present a certain image and intentions. They present it, but the reality is the real them I'm able to see. I don't know if it's a gift or if it's just something, because I've been in the social work field for so long, and I've been able to read beyond that. So anyway, being the overprotective mother that I am, it has made this season so difficult that I have been to the point where I have been to the point where I'm really, really, really ready for this season to be over. And that's really sad to say because it's his senior year, and I'm really going to miss watching him and seeing him wrestle at the local and succeed at the local level. He did sign with U of I. We're still going through the process because he has to have a certain grade point average to actually get admitted. So we're right now waiting for the admission application answer. So I I've always been outspoken, especially when it comes to my kids and their treatment. And right now, it's kind of made me sad that I was not able to sit back and just enjoy his success or his journey into trying to get to a certain level before his senior year was over, wrestling wise. Academically, he is still struggling a little bit. We got him a tutor, and we are preparing for him to hopefully graduate. Well, he's going to graduate. He's on track to graduate. But anyhow, hold on 1 second. Anyhow, so what I've learned throughout this whole season, especially this last season, is to what I've learned is that I'm really grateful that I've always taught my kids to advocate for themselves and to speak out, not be disrespectful, but stand on what they've learned and stand on what is right. even when it is an adult. You don't have to be disrespectful, but you do have to preserve your self, your truth, your gifts. You have to preserve it. You can't allow people to bully you or talk you out of or harass you to the point where you start disliking or losing the passion that you've loved for most of your life. And I think both of my boys are pretty well outspoken when it comes to, I think my youngest is still working on it. I was going to delete this part, but I feel like it's really important, especially now when so much is going on and there's so much information and there's so much out there that is not good, that gets hidden. I really believe that I've come across I have my last child getting ready to graduate from high school. So I'm pretty much have been through the school system. I've been through 3 school districts, 3 or 4, just because we've moved, Batavia, West Aurora, Aurora and Carbondale. So yeah, 4 school districts. And what I've learned and what I've seen is teachers represent themselves and coaches will present themselves one way to the parents. Oh, your child, I love him in my class and he's so great and he's a leader and on the team and he is one of the best. Both of my kids, because my oldest had a lot of special ed classes and needed a lot of extra help. And they would say these things and praise them in front of us or whatever. And then they would get the kids alone or by themselves or in the classroom, and they would be a whole totally different teacher or coach. And they would say stuff like, don't tell your parents, or don't tell your mom, or just pretending to be one person and really being another. And as a parent, I see it. So I really think kids really see it. They really, really look and watch. And I've also coached some sports, and I do know this. If you're not genuine with your athletes, if you're not looking out for their best interests and you're just more concerned about what it makes you look like or your team look like or your career as a coach look like, then they see that. They see that and they know, and they're not going to give you 110%. You know, especially when it's needed in overtime or when in the championship round or whatever. You have to make some type of connection with them, and then it comes easily. And then I feel like kids will do beyond what you ask them just because of the relationship you have with them. So whatever relationship you have with them will show up on the courts or on the mat or, on the field or on the track. Go ahead, go do your breakfast. Clean this. Hold on. Anyhow, I don't know how I got in that rant. I think it's just because it's weighing down in my spirit. Just the way that this senior year wrestling season has played out has really weighed down in my spirit and weighed down in ways that, like, of sports, like extra activity, shouldn't weigh down on. But when you see your child struggling, it's really hard to have happiness. As a mother, you're only as happy as your most unhappy child. So right now, I can see it in Philip, and it makes me sad because he's sad. And sorry. And I see the passion for the sport that he's loved since he was 4 being drained from him. And it makes me sad and angry. I feel like sometimes I'm put in a position where I have to step out of the comfort zone and say something. I've never been a person that's not is able to watch a situation, sometimes even when it's not my child, and sit there and not say anything and advocate. I guess that's the social worker in me. I'm sorry. Anyway, and so we're in January, the end of January. The season will be over, depending on state and all that in March. So I'm just trying to hold on and trying to be positive and trying to push them. And just, try to give them a little bit of wisdom every morning. I send them a text, be you, be strong. It's a new day, new opportunities, or just really try to encourage them every night before I go to work on holding on to his peace. So then we have my oldest son, who people have told that he was not going to go very far in college because of all his special ed and his learning disability and the extra things that he needed. His reading wasn't that great. His math was even worse. And I did everything from get tutors, tutoring him myself, then working nights so I can work with him during the day, throughout elementary school, junior high, all that. Well, now Alan is in his junior year. He's held on to nothing lower than a 3.0. This semester was a little rough, so he had a 2.8, which has been his lowest GPA since he's been at school. He's doing really well. He does make choices, of course, that I don't like as a college student. They're still trying to find themselves and find mixed crowds and things of that. But his base, his roots, he knows. He knows what mom's taught him. He knows what's wrong and what's right. He's a pretty honest kid. Right now, he is late at registering. He's probably late every semester because we have to scrape about $6,000 a semester to pay. Right now, it's $6,000. No, it's a little less than $6,000, and we have to pay it by Friday. And I'm probably about $500 short. Where am I going to get it? I don't know. Somehow it always seems to work out. Today's Tuesday, and I have to have it by Friday. So y'all pray for me with that. Yeah. I think I'll end it here for today, guys. All right, you guys, I don't know if people will watch this. I think it's more for me than other people because I really don't have too many people to talk to. If you learned something from it, then great. Hope you guys have a good day today. Be blessed, and I will try to make another video soon. Bye.